Here's some valuable dating advice for men after some crazy comments I got on my video yesterday. So I had made a video about dating apps and what not to post and what to post, whatever. I got some crazy comments. One in particular was like, men don't date, and if you do date, don't pay. What kind of crazy advice is this? Men, you need to be paying for dates. It's not antiquated. It's not based on when women weren't working. It's the right thing to do. Classy men pay for dates, okay? And I don't want to hear, well, what are women giving if men pay for dates? You're either alone or have been married a long time, and no. Men should be paying for dates, always. But, after a few dates, women can, ask to pay and pay once in a while and all that. But classy men and men who want classy women pay for dates. And you can say something otherwise, but I can guarantee you're not classy if you're not paying for dates.
And...
Oh no! You don't consider me classy? Well, crap in a bag and punch it down a tampon-infested sewer crate! How am I gonna live with myself now? Man, this just sucks. I was really hinging all of my hopes that some random crusted out broad was gonna deem me with the time-honored tradition of being called classy, and all I have to do is pay to watch you shove food down your gullet. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take a hard pass on that one. I'm sure I'll survive. After all, you can't even be bothered to answer an extremely simple and valid question. If you're expecting this man to pay for the dates, then what are you offering in return? No is not an acceptable answer. It's just something you say because you know, just as much as we all do, that you have nothing to offer. You're over the age of 50, you're single, and you're trying to give advice to a bunch of dudes in your comments section who really don't give a damn about what you have to say. You can't just say we're under obligation to pay for your dinners until you deem us worthy of you hearing about how you might offer to cover a cup of cheap coffee at the local gas station. That's not classy. That's just telling us that you're lazy, broke, and you lack any form of class yourself, sister.
For all of us here at News Center 4, I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego.
I need to talk to my girls and gays for a second. Come here. We keep letting attractive men get away with saying the most ridiculously disgusting things on this app in the name of them being hot. And I know there's not many of them. I know, I get it. But I just saw, an attractive man say pretty much that he is the stinkiest, dirtiest, poo-pooiest boy in all of the land. And all of the comments are, yes, Kate! Yes, you're so real. Give us more. I love you. I love that man. And I get it. We can't keep letting this happen. Is that where we're at?
Well, there's a reason for that. You see, we're living in a chat-based economy, and thanks to the modern woman's insane amount of delusional entitlement brought on by endless amounts of unwarranted validation and a hefty amount of boxed wine, you can't help yourself but let these dudes get away with it because you find him attractive. And if that man is attractive, you automatically overlook all of the red flags and immediately assume he's a good man. He just needs to change every single thing about himself to prove it. And when he makes it clear that he won't do that, you'll still stick around anyway because, once again, you have an intense physical attraction to this guy. Meanwhile, if an average guy tells you that maybe you should cool it down on the rampant entitlement, you turn around and call him a violent incel because he's ugly, so therefore he must be a horrible person. And there's no changing that. You're so down bad for good-looking dudes that your entire existence revolves around getting attention from him. And even when he calls you an ugly, stinking, diseased cow, you'll just take it as a joke because he knows, just as much as we all do, that you'll take it as a joke and give him an infinite number of exceptions, even though you clearly are the embodiment of an aged-out, diseased farm animal.
That's funny because it's so true.
I love a man and a person who feels called to generosity, who wants to give, who sees somebody in need and wants to give. I mean, my dream is to be in a marriage and be with someone where we're like plotting like who we're gonna give money to and where we're gonna be generous, and like see someone in need and be like, let's pay off this person's bills if we're able to. And like, that's the dream. And so that's like such a beautiful thing to aspire to have in a relationship. Such a green flag of someone who wants to give and wants to be generous and wants to do what they can for other people. Because imagine you're in a marriage with someone who wants to be that generous, and like all you're doing is pushing the kingdom forward, and your marriage is like just so glorifying Jesus because you guys are being so generous together. That's so cool.
I think generosity is probably the top of the top. You know?
Yeah.
Like a man, even a woman.
Give me some money. Give me some money.
Hold up, are you seriously trying to tell the planet that by you marrying a rich dude, you're somehow going to be preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ? Well, what's stopping you from doing that now? I mean, let's just break down what you're saying. You literally said it's your dream to marry a wealthy, generous man, a man who will freely pay all of someone's bills and live a life dedicated to helping others. But we all know that just means you. But why can't you be with the man who's generous with his time? If a guy's willing to feed the hungry, clothe the freezing, or helping the downtrodden, why does he have to be rich? A man does not need to have a bank vault full of money to be generous. Well, the answer is fairly simple. It's because you want material wealth. You think the key to happiness and proof that you've been blessed is if you're rewarded with money. But let's just be real here. You're not going to help anybody before you help yourself. And that leads me to another question. Let's say that you somehow meet this magical rich man who just randomly helps people by throwing money at them. Are you going to do it privately, or is this act of generosity going to be recorded for the whole planet to witness? Don't bother answering, woman, because we already know your definition of charity.
Charity is when you do something for people while other people are watching.
I am gonna say it, and I will die on this hill. In order for a relationship to work, the man has to like you more than you like him. That's just it. I'm telling you right now, every single relationship where I was in love with the man literally would give my left fucking thigh to them, whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted. I got treated like absolute dog shit. And then the ones that I really don't like, or I honestly just don't give a fuck about, and I text them back here and there, or I'm just like, yeah, I'll see you whenever, they're literally obsessed with you. That's just how it is. That's just how men are. They love a chase. And in order for a relationship to work, they have to like you more. Men, enter the chat. If I'm wrong, tell me if I'm wrong. But every single time I stop giving a flying about these men, they're in my phone like, and I'm like, that's so crazy because I cared so much about you 3 months ago, and now I don't give a and now you're blowing my shit up talking about where you at? I'm at home, not giving a Oh, but now you want to be obsessed with me. Okay.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. Now wait just a minute. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
Well, okay, you're wrong. You're not describing a relationship. You're talking about situationships with Chad and talking to the simps in your friend zone. Chad doesn't give a crap about you because he doesn't have to. You'll put up with his behavior because you have an intense physical attraction to him. So you cut yourself a lifetime pass to Chad's carousel, and you disrespect the simps in your friend zone because they'll put up with your crap attitude. I mean, you said it yourself. You don't even like the simps. You just like the things they do for you because they shower you with attention and you don't have to do a thing for them. That's what this is all about here. And this is also compounded by the fact that you've never had a real relationship in your life. And what you're talking about is impossible. There is no way to measure something like that. You just want an excuse to treat people like garbage while getting the attention and validation that you crave. And it doesn't work that way. No man wants to be in a relationship with a woman who doesn't care about him the same way he cares about her. That's like getting into a headbutting competition with a morning star and thinking you're going to win. And it always ends the same way, with an easily avoidable amount of brain damage.
Yeah, that checks out. That sounds about right.
Okay, pay attention because I'm going to tell you to never stress about a man ever again, and also manifest the man of your dreams. So, first you need to understand that you are the master creator of your reality, and as the literal god of your life, your word is law. So right now, you are going to decide that you will end up in a beautiful, loving relationship with the man of your dreams. And now you just need to hold unwavering trust that that will happen simply because you said so and your word is law. So anything that happens in your love life, you can approach from a detached place. If he doesn't text you back, if he cheats on you, whether big or small, you're not going to stress it. You're just going to let it roll right off of you because you know that you will end up married to the man of your dreams because you motherfucking said so. And bonus points because when you approach your dating life from a detached place, you will effortlessly attract the man of your dreams simply because that's just how it works. The key is honestly just to have faith in yourself as the creator. Okay, hope this helps.
Blasphemer!
You know, maybe I'm wrong on this one, but aren't gods supposed to have supreme knowledge of the very fibers of existence itself? I mean, you'd think if you were actually a god, you'd be able to make your reality come true with the snap of your fingers. Or you'd be waging an ethereal war against your enemies in the god realm with swords and fireballs. I mean, you don't do that because you're not a god. You're not anything close to a god. You're a freaking human. A human who thinks that men are just gonna sit by idly and fall madly in love with a woman who's emotionally detached from reality itself. How can a man want to be with a woman who doesn't care about him? You can't have a healthy, loving relationship with that mindset. Men don't want to be with women who don't care about them because that woman is an emotional freaking wreck. You're expecting him to just magically show up and make your life effortless. But that's just it. A god's life is many things, but I don't think effortless is one of them. But then again, I'm not a god. I have enough common sense to know that, which is something you clearly lack, which is just living proof that even if you are a god, you're the god of complete and utter stupidity.
That's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
I swear to f***ing God, if one more person gets on here and is like, hey, so I've gotten really happy. I'm really successful. And you know what I did? Gave up alcohol. When did having fun become conflated with drinking? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Yes? What? Everything is bad for you. Your cell phone is bad for you. The air is bad for you. Driving in your car is dangerous. Like, life is just one big game of Russian roulette, okay? So if I want to drink a martini and get a little drunk sometimes, I don't need your ass, getting on this app and being like, I'm better than you because I don't drink. I don't need that to feel joy. Guess what? Maybe I do. Maybe I like the taste. Maybe I'm so tightly wound that I like the feeling of just removing the stick from my ass and eating an olive off a toothpick in a cute outfit with my friends. What about that?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
You know, I hate to break it to you, sister, but if you need a mind-altering substance that destroys your body, inhibits your judgment, and leads to terrible decisions in order to have fun, then you definitely have an alcohol problem. Especially when you get trashed, you wake up the next morning with a hangover and lose a minimum of 24 hours just to recover. The types of people who are able to quit alcohol actually do lead healthier and clearer lives because they're not wasting their money on something that will quite literally kill them. And there is something to be said about that. But if you're taking someone's video about how they quit drinking and taking it personally, then you know you're wrong. And worse off, you have a freaking drinking problem if you're getting angry about it. I mean, think about it for a second. You're coming up with some of the most asinine arguments to justify your drinking. Yes, we all run the risk of death every single day, but that doesn't mean we feel the need to escape reality by getting wasted every night. Most of us just do the best we can and try to fill our lives with meaningful diversions that don't involve altering our state of mind. But if you want to get trashed to get over all of it, then more power to you. If you want to become an alcoholic, then nobody's stopping you, sweetheart.
Stop projecting things onto people who like to drink. Stop robbing people of their joy. Stop judging them. Stop making women feel like ass for, God forbid, not wanting to be in control for like 2 seconds. Because we have to be on high alert just to exist in the world. So if we want to loosen up a little bit in some slutty heels with a glass of wine and some friends at a bar, let us live and stop being so god smug about how you just don't do it. You just don't need that to like, be happy and have fun. People are gonna be like, oh my God, if you're triggered like this, it's probably because you're an alcoholic. And that's the problem with this entire app. I think everyone should be allowed to do whatever the they want, but I think the second you start pushing it onto people and judging them for not living the way you do, you're not helping. You're just annoying and you're pushing people away. You're losing your ethos by being like a condescending fool about it.
Have another. It's 9:30 for God's sake.
Okay, well, that doesn't make any sense. You're saying that you're on high alert every single day of your life, and the only way to get over that is to dress up in revealing clothing, go to a place full of strangers who are all under the influence of alcohol just so you can relax? Woman, that's like covering yourself up in steak and jumping into the bear pit and thinking you're gonna find a new cuddle buddy. Nobody's stopping you from drinking. You're free to consume whatever the hell you want. But people are also free to comment on the fact that modern women drink like fish, swear like sailors, and have the personality of a used-up fishing net that's been tossed into Davy Jones's locker. People are under no obligation to support your decision to pickle your liver. It's the freaking internet, woman. All people do is cast judgment out here. But for some reason, you want to pass because life is so hard and you're stressed out. But it does not work that way. Nobody's going to be celebrating you for wanting to destroy yourself, and nobody's going to leave you alone about it either. And if you don't want to do anything about it, then freaking don't. Just don't come crying to us when you can't get through the day without getting drunk. So bottoms up, sweetheart. Special thanks to the fine members of the Bounty Board over on Patreon. You know when you got a bunch of fine folks like this at your side, hooch or no hooch, you're going to be in for a good time. All hail! And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the Bounty Board over on Patreon, where I have almost 100 videos of exclusive content that you're not going to find on YouTube. Links in the pinned comment down below if you want to check it out. And that's going to do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and be sure to share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you once again for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.